Oh, what a comprehensive performance then by Cheng Xiaoqie. But it's time now for the mixed doubles. Zhang and Zhao, the #1 seeds, only had to play 1 set because of Ma Jin's injury earlier. They're comfortably through to the final. They played, well, before midday today. It's now Adcock and I.Bankier, who caused such a storm yesterday. The British pair, the Anglo-Scot duo, against the #2 seeds, Tantowi Ahmad and Yonex Natsir of Indonesia. Fantastic welcome for the players on court. Warm reception for Tantowi and Yonex, and a huge eruption, as you'd expect, for Adcock and I.Bankier, who've been flying the flag now for a fair few days. Lots on their feet, including Jill Clark.
Yes, absolutely. I think their performance this week, Chris Adcock and I.Bankier, has been absolutely outstanding. I mean, at the start of the week, prior to the championships, everybody thought that if there was going to be a medal for British badminton players, it was going to be in the mixed doubles, but nobody was talking about this pair. All talk was about Nathan Robertson and Jenny Waller.
Well, they've beaten the #15 seeds, they've beaten the #8 seeds. Yesterday it was the #4 seeds, now it's the #2 seeds. Well, ranking now of 4, but they are an impressive pair. Tantowi Ahmad and Yonex Natsir looking for Indonesian gold. 4 titles in 11 tournaments together. Made their debut as a pair at the World Championships. This is their first time, and well, the way they played so far, they are gold medal candidates, I suppose, coming through against the McGee brothers, sister Sam and Chloe, 21-9, 21-8 in round 3. Li and Chien of Chinese Taipei paid, and well, yesterday, very comprehensive victory against the Danish duo of Pedersen and Fischer-Nielsen, which Yonex says has given them even more confidence for this match, if they needed it. So that's what's facing Adcock and I.Bankier, who have had the week of their lives. World rankings up from 20 to 18. The win-loss ratio, will bear in mind how many games they've won already this week. It was in negative before they started these World Championships. It was 5-6. Things are getting a lot better, Jill.
Yeah, they've been absolutely sensational. I mean, they didn't get a bye in the first round because, of course, they weren't seeded. They had to play against the Canadian pair, but in the second round against the #8 seeds, Songpong Anugreteawan and Kunchela Borovici Chaikul, that was terrific. 24, 22, 21, 19, and then against the #15 seeds, that was good to Ikeda and Shiota. Having dropped the opening game, I thought how well mentally they stayed with it. They stuck to their resolve. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And yesterday, well, it was like, you know, fantasy badminton. It was, they couldn't have dreamed of anything better.
Well, the umpire's Cormac Breslin from Ireland. It's Jitirat Tanukarapat of Thailand who is the service judge. Well, it was such a wonderful match yesterday, and there's no real expectations once again. Go out there, play with freedom. Well, they've been the last British players left in these World Championships since Wednesday, off the back of the biggest win of their careers. Can they go a step further? Chris Adcock saying yesterday he was speechless. It's just a matter of what colour now the medal will be. The first medal in these World Championships, and the only one for British badminton players, and it takes things out of a slump, because it's been bad news really for British and English badminton, hasn't it, Jill?
Well, depends what you read, really, but you know, I think that this is a very, very exciting pair. I mean, it's the first Scottish medal in World Championships since the very first World Championships in Malmo in 1977, when Billy Gilliland and Joanna Flockhart won bronze medal in the mixed doubles.
Indonesia.
What a great pick-me-up then for these World Championships at home.
And on my left, C.Adcock England and Yonex BWF Scotland. Yonex BWF serve to T.Ahmad L.Natsir. Love all, play.
What a Bankier and Adcock got in store for us. Semi-final place in the mixed doubles final up for grabs against the world #1 duo Zhang and Zhao.
1 love.
Confident start. Let's not forget they're facing a player on the other side of the court who's won 2 gold medals in World Championships in T.Ahmad L.Natsir. Tantowi there, her partner, unable to keep out that smash from Adcock, who yesterday really set out his stall early on in the match, and he's doing it again here.
Gone wide. Well, not only has she won 2 gold medals, she's got a silver medal as well, because she lost in the final of the World Championships 2 years ago in Hyderabad. But I think the thing that's going to be really interesting to me is how Tantowi Ahmad really reacts to this, because all the pressure is on him. You were saying that the British pair have got nothing to lose. I spoke to both the British players earlier today, and they were very excited about the moment and saying, yeah, you know, we know that the job's not done. We definitely wanted a medal, but we know we have a chance in this. And they really do. Just wide.
First point for the Indonesian pair. But it's been a fabulous start for Adcock and Bankier. It's out.
Well, that must have been very close indeed.
Yeah, the line judge took a little while to make his mind up. But he got it right. Just.
5-1.
Jill, you're not so sure he did get it right?
No, if part of the shuttle lands on any part of the line it's in. And of course, with a shuttle, it will always be the cork that lands first.
Service open. 2-5.
A missed opportunity there from Imogen.
The start here is absolutely vital because, as I say, Tantowi Ahmad, he's not experienced in these sort of situations, and there's an awful lot of expectation of the Indonesian nation on this mixed doubles now. Oh, well, that good fortune will help settle his nerves.
He apologises for it, but gratefully receives the point.
3.
Yeah, with Mohamed Hassan and Bonaseptano out of the men's doubles earlier. This is Indonesia's only hopes, as well as Britain's only hopes for progress and a place in the finals.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, he's just beginning to settle now, I think, and this is why if the British pair really need to keep their focus right from the start, because if the British pair were to win the first game, I think Ahmad would be very nervous indeed.
Well, you'd expect some nerves really from Adcock and Bankier, but it's been a nerveless performance so far. They're playing their shots. And
absolutely. And I was saying to them earlier, I was quoting our colleague Morton Frost, who was saying on commentary yesterday when they were playing, you have to dare to win. Dare to win. Go out there and make it happen. Don't sit back and wait for it to happen. You've got to make it happen.
Coming into this week, T.Ahmad L.Natsir really couldn't be any higher on confidence. They've made 3 successive Super Series finals in a row. C.Adcock I.Bankier couldn't buy a win, yet here they are in the semi-finals facing each other. Bankier's moving so nicely, isn't she, across the net?
Yeah, and that's what she was doing so well yesterday against the number 4 seeds, Tao Xiaoming and Tian Qing, hunting the shuttle at the net. And you see, when she really goes for it, yes, she may be out of balance and she may not be recovering for the next one. What's so good about this young British pair is that C.Adcock is then immediately moving round to cover.
Yeah, 23 from Glasgow, Imogen Banker, 22, C.Adcock. Happy to watch it go long again, C.Adcock.
Good defence. Right idea. The only thing that I was slightly concerned about, he really waited for the shuttle to come to him. Adcock here should have stepped forward, racket arm outstretched. He didn't, he just allowed the shuttle to come. If you're going to beat the top pairs in the world, you really have to take the shuttle as early as you possibly can. The later you take it, the more you've got to hit the shuttle in an upward direction, which is never a good thing in doubles.
Well, fabulous start to this semi-final from C.Adcock and Imogen Bankier. They've been defying the odds all week. Are they really set to do it again? Just the start they wanted.
Just they're pushing slightly forward. You need to mix it from the back, not always a side. So somehow as well. The angle that's still hitting and looking for the next shot. Doing really well going forward.
Fabulous reactions to every winning point.
If he's at the front, go out to the back box. Yeah, she's not going to hurt us. Yeah. Okay, come on. First 4 really quick. Yeah.
First 4 really quick, says Peter Jeffrey. Well, service fault called there. Struck above the waist.
9-11.
Just adds a little bit more pressure, doesn't it, to Bankier when she serves?
Yeah, it so often happens on the flick serve. Come just slightly high.
Well played, Imogen Bankier. Didn't let the fault from the point before put her off. Well, you'd expect them to be pumped up, I suppose. Huge roar that greets every point they win.
Service over. 10-12.
Yeah, nice skill on the return of serve from Natsir. Line judge saying he was unsighted.
11-12.
Yeah, that was clearly in. Good umpiring from Cormac Breslin, making the call for the line judge, who couldn't see because C.Adcock was between the line judge and the shuttle.
That's just wide, yeah. So we have parity now in this opening game. That green start. Tension on the faces of many of the C.Adcock I.Bankier supporters in the crowd.
Oh my goodness.
Liliana did so well to get that right back in play. And it's ended up with them taking the point.
Yeah, Liliana Natsir, she's absolutely incredible with her control of the shuttle. Ooh, that would have gone long, you know. But the defensive shot there from Natsir, driving the shuttle back, keeping it low over the net, making it very difficult for the British pair. Well, since the mid-game interval, the Indonesians have won 5 of the 6 points played. And that's wine as far as British fans are concerned. That's gone wide.
Well, that stopped a run of 5 in a row for Natsir Ahmad.
13-14.
Coach Peter Jeffrey, he looks as nervous as many have in the crowd.
Pushed it long. Parity once again. Yep. Bankier just touching the shuttle on her racket before it went through to her partner. It's a double hit. That's a fault. Well spotted by the umpire. That's a lovely shot.
Wonderful angle from Adcock. He really has stepped up his game as the week's gone on.
You know, we've known for many years what a talented badminton player he is. Of course, he was silver medalist at the World Junior Championships 4 years ago. I think the event was played in New Zealand that year. He's playing mixed doubles with his girlfriend, Gabby White, and they held match points in the final of the World Junior Championships. He's enormously talented, and it's just delightful to see that talent really coming through into results now.
His girlfriend was on Twitter saying, Gabby, he's the proudest girlfriend in Britain, and she hasn't stopped crying. She got rather emotional watching yesterday.
16-4.
Well, neck and neck as we come to the big points at the end of this first game.
Luck of the net court.
The family are there. That's you see by that British flag. It was the Adcock and Bankier family are roaring as loud as anyone. Sometimes you need to get lucky, and they did that.
Yeah, that's wonderful play from Bankier. A good low serve. She was hunting the third shot. And from there, she controlled the rally. Yeah, no wonder she's pleased with that.
Well, if reaching the quarterfinals exceeded their expectations, what could they produce here? Fantastic, just so cool. I think there might be some more tears shed the way this is going.
Well, she created her own luck there. Looking for the shuttle, hunting it, taking it early.
Game points for the Anglo-Scottish duo of Bankier and Adcock.
Game point, 16.
Well, the number 2 seeds here are being swept away by some patriotic feeling inside the Wembley Arena. Started so well, finished that game so well. 21-16. Adcock and Bankier have a 1-set lead. One more set, and they'll be in the final of the World Championships.
Really dominating there. When they're getting you on a length, they're really whipping the corners now. But when you play the half-pace one, there's not enough power for them to whip, so then you can come off that cross-court, like we did in Singapore. They're playing definitely no lift at the start of the rally. So when you poke one, to him especially, he pokes back, so we can stay forward. All right? When you start doing that a lot, then they're going to change, but we'll just adapt to that as it goes. Okay? I think they're going to take on a lot more net.
Dan berusaha coba aja, jangan bingung, ya. Ya, yakin gitu, ya.
Well, what do you say to a pair who have just gone toe-to-toe with the number 2 seeds and, well, really, just play with such confidence. They're oozing it. Well, yesterday, when they won that first set, we just thought, can they stay that free? Can they keep playing the shots as they nearer the finishing line? In reaction to them winning the first set. Fantastic feeling. They've already had the game of their careers. That was yesterday. To follow it up, that's such a hard thing to do, Jill.
Yes, and all credit to them. I mean, when I spoke to them earlier today, they were very buoyant. They were very up for it. They knew that this was probably one of the best opportunities they'd ever have in their lives of, you know, home advantage here, and they've obviously already got a World Championship medal, but of getting the right colour.
A nicer colour. Guaranteed the bronze, winner guaranteed silver, and the chance to go for gold.
Superb.
By the way, that set was the first set that T.Ahmad L.Natsir have lost in these World Championship finals this week. And it's been another fabulous start as far as British hopes are concerned. We have to stress that in Indonesia, badminton is such a big sport. It's a huge deal, and they've not had a gold medal since 2007. And as far as their hopes this week were concerned, it was on this duo, really.
Yes, it was very much so, and I think that, you know, given what I said in the opening game about the scenario if the British were to win the first game how important that was, because Ahmad, with all that pressure from home fans, he is nervous. Now, you know, in the opening game, I saw an awful lot of the attacking play from the British aimed down towards Yonex Natsir. She's famous for her defensive play. I think what I would try and do is really pressurise Ahmad, because he's the one that's nervous. He's the one that's not used to these sort of big match situations. And as you say, such pressure from the fans back home in Indonesia.
Well, it's a repeat of the first game, isn't it? I'm sure C.Adcock I.Bankier would like that. 4-love up. First point goes to T.Ahmad L.Natsir, and the 5th point of this second game. Well, they're inspired. Totally inspired. I mean, their reactions are lightning fast.
He's getting more and more nervous, isn't he, Ahmad?
Yeah, I mean, Tantowi's spoken in the past that she was concerned about his ability to deal with pressure. It's something she has spoken about. Saying that he's learning to use his physical strengths. Well, there's a lot for him to learn here at the moment. They have got the ability, there's no doubt about it, this pair, to come back. There's his physical strengths. Bankier felt them. Sincere apology from Tantowi there.
2-6.
That can sting, can't it?
Yeah, she won't be feeling it at the moment,
No.
though. So focused into the game.
There's a door open. It's actually on the, not where the crowd are sitting, it's actually down on the ground floor of the auditorium. Just bringing in a bit of light that just is in the player's eye line. It's shut now.
Oh, that's so clever from Yonex Natsir.
3-6.
I think the British pair have got to very much keep it away from her. Yeah, you see, enough on the return of serve to get it past Liliana soon as it's going through to Tantowi. Ahmad, yeah, he's not thinking clearly anymore. He's so nervous. He doesn't know whether to play a backhand there or forehand drive.
And the more this goes on, the worse it gets for him, because
Yes,
he knows that he's been the weak link at the moment in this match.
there's brother Rob Adcock on the right. Very fine international badminton player himself. And so I think he's now given up.
I'm sure he's playing every point at the moment.
Yeah. Just keep patient.
He's not the most powerful player, is he? But the angle of that shot was so good.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, so many badminton players in their defensive stance really feed off their opponent's power. And you could see that Tantowi Ahmad didn't move his feet at all. Oh, it's still not bad. 239. Just under 149 miles per hour.
We have had close to 300, but it's not about who hits it hardest. It's about finding out. There's Rob. No, he's smiling. Mum behind there, Mother D.
Come on, baby! Come on!
This is Bankier. And it's difficult, isn't it? They're enjoying it, yet they're tense. They want it over with, but they want to relish the moment too. Just hit the net there, Imogen, but
Yeah, but she was right to still go for it because there's no question in my mind she is dominating the front of the court. And I guess if the Indonesians do actually want to win this, they've got to take that away from her. In other words, Liliana Natsir has got to go forward and really take Imogen BWF on at the net, force her back a little bit.
That was it.
Obviously, for British fans, they don't want that to happen at all. But, you know...
And we've got to look at this from the Indonesian perspective as well.
Yeah.
They've got a big situation to retrieve here. Those 3 points will help.
6-9.
So from 9-3 up, 9-6 up now. C.Adcock I.Bankier. Don't forget they were flying at the start of the opening game and it was all ball back level before they had that flourish at the end.
Well, in the early stages of that rally, the Indonesians doing exactly as I suggested, which was pushing BWF back off the net.
7.
But what the British pair mustn't do is get involved in these flat, fast exchanges. And that's going to suit the Indonesians, very much their style of play. They've got to keep thinking about the placement, keep taking the pace off the shuttle. That's the way.
Every point they get now towards this end of the game, I'm sure the cheers are going to get louder and louder as the goal, that goal of making the final, becomes ever more a reality. Yesterday we knew there'd be tension coming in their victory. So it's another interval lead for C.Adcock I.Bankier. They're 3/4 of the way there. 21-16 that first set. Now 11-9 up in the second.
Must keep the speed up high in the start. Yeah, that speed up.
Listening on the coach here.
Back off the net. Keep going for the tape. If they play the tape against you, just keep going for it. All right. I don't want any rhythm on their serve. They know what to do. Break that. Okay. Keep the pace out of the game. He gets frustrated when there's no pace. You blocked him twice. You went over him. Yeah. Don't get involved in the flat game. Don't need it.
Is he tuned into Jill Clark or something?
Mini games, right, keep your focus. Okay, you're doing good.
Well, I was going to say to Jill, what did he say? But I caught most of it, and he said basically what you said already.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing, don't you? So is it BWF's and C.Adcock's destiny to reach the final? Opening point after the interval goes with the Indonesian pair.
10-11.
It's bound to get tense.
Yeah, as far as the British are concerned, keep the shuttle on Tantowi Ahmad.
Yeah, just to stress, we heard the coach talking at the interval, Jill, and he was stressing that, and also what you were saying about don't go with these flat exchanges.
Yeah. Peter Jeffrey was saying keep the pace out of it, break up the rhythm on their serve. Whatever happens, don't get involved in the flat fast exchanges.
And it's the Chinese pair of Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, the world #1 players that await in the final for the winner of this match.
Yeah. Well, they've combined so well as a pair, and I have to say that Imogen BWF this week, and as the week has progressed, her confidence at the front of the court has just grown and grown.
Look at what it means to the family.
Yeah, as far as the Indonesian fans are concerned, they will be hoping that Liliana Natsir really tries to challenge that dominance at the front. Because in all honesty, the Indonesians are allowing that to happen a little too easily. That's to take nothing away from the quality of the British players.
No, we're talking about a pair here in Tanto and Liliana that, you know, 3 successive Super Series finals in a row. They've won 4 events in the last year. Of course, BWF and Adcock have been winning events as well, but they've been in lesser tournaments, you know, second-run tournaments. Now here they are on one of the biggest stages in badminton, and not only toe-to-toe, they're ahead.
Brilliant.
It's the choice of shots under pressure as well that impresses. There's no panic, mixing it up.
Yeah. They're taking the initiative, they're dictating the pace, commanding the rallies.
Well, I think Rob's going to explode there. Chris's brother, 245. He's pumped up, isn't he? Adcock closing in on 250. That's better from Tantowi. Indonesia now just have to go for it. This pair of T.Ahmad and Natsir. Suddenly they're the ones with nothing to lose. That's the way it started for BWF and Adcock. It's long.
It'll be very interesting statistically in the cold light of day to look at how many errors have been made in this match from Ahmad in comparison to Natsir.
Yeah.
He's the one that's really struggled in this big match situation.
Well, Imogen's mum D there. Rob. This is brother watch on. They are now 3 points away from a World Championship final.
Well, we always stress in doubles the first 3 shots of utmost importance, the serve, the return and the third shot. And Imogen BWF has been superb in that area. Good defence too.
It's long. Well, this is a pair, this British pair, that had only won 5 matches in the whole of 2011 coming into this week. And they could be on the verge of their 5th win of this week.
Done it again. That is extraordinary. It's such a difficult shot. Full stretch, guiding it across court.
Bursting with pride. Nobody coming into this week thought there would be a British pair in the final of the World Championships. The lead is still 4 points though. Yesterday they had some nervous moments, didn't they, as they got to match point. The lead cut to 3.
Well, the British pair want the shuttle change. The Indonesians say no.
The World Finals tantalisingly close. Well, you don't get to be, you get to go to number 2 in the world if you're not used to fighting for matches.
And that was the first really nervous shot I think we've seen all match from C.Adcock.
Come on, guys, get in.
Match points. 2 of them. One match point saved.
Wrong choice of shot there from Adcock, going across courts, and T.Ahmad L.Natsir was coming forward.
How cruel was that in some respect? Many in the crowd were ready to celebrate there. They thought the point had already been won. There's still one more match point here.
Well, T.Ahmad's nerve on his serve is going to be really tested here.
Britain will be going for goal. They're flat out. Well, I don't think they can believe it. And they're on the run again. Wonderful, wonderful moments. Well, I don't think there isn't anyone here who isn't on their feet. An incredible display. They've just beaten the number 2 seed here, Yonex BWF, C.Adcock. There's tears flowing, tears of joy. Racket in the crowd. Yesterday she nearly hit Gabby White with that one. I think she was a bit more careful, Imogen, this time with throwing a racket into the crowd. All the hard work, all the journeys to taking them as youngsters to practice, all the hours of practice that they put in. on days like this, you know why you do it. Jill, you've experienced this kind of emotion before. I'll tell you what, Jill's feeling that emotion right now. She can't actually talk. This was the winning point. And look, the reaction really, the fact that they were flat on their backs, they just couldn't believe how they done it. And they did it pretty easily, really, with some unbelievable play.
Oh, it's just been fantastic. It's just marvellous, you know, to take the opportunity. Sport is all about grasping the opportunity when it comes along, and my goodness, haven't they just done that? You know, some athletes get intimidated by the pressure, by the expectation, but they've been absolutely wonderful.
Well, the mixed doubles finals tomorrow, Adcock and Bankier are going to be there. Well, it's a moment for everyone who is connected with British badminton and obviously more associated family-wise, for them to save it. Here they are able to watch, of course, being in Wembley in London, and they have got another roller coaster ride tomorrow against the mighty duo of the world #1 pair of Zhang Nan and Zhang Yunlei, who came through, of course, earlier today, and only one set required because of the injury to Ma Jin, who hurt her ankle. But look at the British flag there, flying on finals day of the World Championship on Sunday.